Breaking news. The internet didn't just crack today, it shattered. Because just weeks after Kaela Tucker finally broke her silence and exposed the emotional nightmare she says she endured behind closed doors, she dropped another bombshell so explosive, so disturbing, so impossible to ignore, that even the Bravo universe went silent. Kaela Tucker says she is pregnant. 2 months pregnant. And according to her own chilling words, this isn't just a pregnancy announcement. This is evidence. This is a warning. This is a confession wrapped in fear, trauma, and a truth she claims she was threatened to keep buried forever. She says Todd Tucker didn't just control her emotionally, she claims he threatened her life. Told her to stay quiet. Told her if she ever spoke, everything would be destroyed. And now she's done staying quiet. So ask yourself this. Why now? Why is Kaela speaking today? What changed? What forced her to risk everything, her family, her name, her safety, just to tell this story? Because insiders say there are messages. There are recordings. There are secrets Todd Tucker never expected to see daylight. And if what Kaela is claiming is true, this isn't just a scandal. This is a collapse. And here's where everything shifts from rumor to reckoning. Because this isn't just about a viral confession anymore. This is about names. Real names. Real power. Real consequences. At the center of it all, Kaela Tucker. And the man she is accusing? Todd Tucker, businessman, reality TV insider, public family man with a polished smile and carefully curated image. For years, Todd has lived in the spotlight adjacent to fame. Interviews. Red carpets. Carefully staged family photos. The protective father narrative. The mentor. The calm voice in chaos. But according to Kaela, that public image was a performance. She claims the private reality was something else entirely. Late-night messages that blurred boundaries. Conversations that felt too intense. Emotional pressure disguised as fatherly concern. A pattern of behavior that, she says, escalated slowly, so slowly, she didn't even realize she was being conditioned to stay silent. And that's what makes this so disturbing. It didn't begin with something explosive. It began subtly. Compliments that felt off. Isolation masked as protection. Statements like, "You know I'm the only one who truly understands you." The kind of psychological tethering that doesn't look dramatic from the outside, but feels suffocating from within. Kaela says she tried to rationalize it. Told herself she was overthinking. Told herself this was just a complicated father-daughter dynamic amplified by fame. Until the threat started. She alleges that when she pushed back, when she tried to create space, Todd's tone changed. According to her statement, he warned her that speaking out would destroy everything, that no one would believe her, that she would lose her family, her support system, her name. And then came the line that sent chills across social media. "If you ever tell anyone, you won't be safe." That single allegation ignited the internet. Because this isn't just inappropriate behavior, it's intimidation. It's control. It's fear as a weapon. And now, layered over all of that, is the pregnancy. 2 months. Kaela says she realized she was pregnant shortly after distancing herself emotionally. The timing, she claims, forced her to confront everything she had been suppressing. Because now, she wasn't just protecting herself. She was protecting a child. She described feeling trapped. Afraid. Unsure who to trust. Afraid that speaking out would escalate the situation. Afraid that staying silent would destroy her internally. Insiders, anonymous, of course, claim that tensions inside the Tucker circle had been building for months. Missed family events. Cold interactions. Carefully worded public appearances that suddenly felt rehearsed. Fans began revisiting old interviews. Reanalyzing body language. Screenshots resurfaced of Todd speaking over Kaela in conversations. Moments that once seemed normal suddenly looked uncomfortable in hindsight. Was this always there? Or is hindsight just painting everything darker? Either way, the narrative is shifting rapidly. Legal analysts online are already debating potential charges. Harassment. Coercion. Witness intimidation. If threats were truly made, that opens an entirely new legal dimension. And Todd? Silent. No public statement. No denial. No press conference. just silence. And in the age of viral scandal, silence is gasoline. Because the longer he waits, the louder the speculation grows. Did he believe she would never speak? Did he think fear would keep her quiet forever? Did he underestimate the moment pregnancy would change everything? Kaela, meanwhile, appears calm but resolute. In her most recent appearance, she said something that turned this from drama into something much heavier. "I stayed quiet because I was scared. I'm speaking now because I refuse to raise a child in fear." That line alone has been clipped, remixed, reposted thousands of times. Supporters are calling her brave. Critics are demanding evidence. Comment sections are battlefields. But one thing is undeniable. The story is no longer containable. Because when accusations involve family, power, threats, and a pregnancy twist that reframes everything, that's not just gossip. That's a narrative explosion. And if this is only the beginning, then what's coming next could be even bigger. The internet didn't just react. It detonated. Within minutes of Kaela's statement circulating, hashtags began multiplying faster than anyone could track. Hashtag Kaela Speaks. Hashtag Tucker Truth. Hashtag Family or Facade. Each one carrying fragments of speculation, outrage, disbelief. What started as a quiet, trembling confession had now transformed into a full-scale digital wildfire. And then, the leaks began. Not official leaks. Not confirmed evidence. But the kind of anonymous insider whispers that always seem to surface when silence breaks. Screenshots allegedly showing late-night timestamps. Blurred contact names. Messages described by insiders as emotionally intense and deeply personal. None independently verified. All viral. One anonymous blogger posted, "People think this just started." It didn't. The tension has been there for years. People just ignored it. That post alone gained over 2 million views in 6 hours. Meanwhile, fans began dissecting old clips of Todd Tucker. Interviews once considered harmless suddenly felt different. His pauses. His tone. His body language. The internet, acting like a courtroom without rules, replayed everything frame by frame. But the real shock came when podcast hosts started weighing in. One viral livestream host said bluntly, "This isn't just family drama. This is image versus reality." And when those two collide, somebody's truth always bleeds out. And then came the moment nobody expected. An anonymous account claiming to be a former production assistant posted a cryptic message. There were arguments behind closed doors. Emotional. Intense. People heard things they couldn't explain. No proof. No names. Just implication. And yet, millions believed it. At the center of the storm stood Kaela Tucker herself. Silent again. No follow-up statement. No clarification. Just absence. Which only made everything louder. Supporters rallied around her, calling her brave for breaking what they described as years of emotional pressure. Others questioned the timing. Why now? Why reveal everything after so long? Was the pregnancy the catalyst or just the tipping point? Even Candy Burris, long seen as the stabilizing force in the family, became part of the conversation without saying a single word. Her silence was interpreted in 100 different ways. Protection. Shock. Strategy. Every move mattered. Every absence mattered more. Then, late one night, something unusual happened. Kaela briefly changed her profile picture. No caption. No explanation. Just a black screen. Fans immediately interpreted it as symbolic. A reset. A warning. Or maybe, a signal that more was coming. Because people close to the situation began suggesting this wasn't the full story. One insider wrote anonymously, "She hasn't even said everything yet." That single sentence created a second wave of panic. What else could there be? What detail was still hidden? And the most chilling question of all, why does it feel like this story isn't reaching its end? But its escalation? And just when the chaos felt like it couldn't possibly escalate any further, it did. Because behind the trending hashtags and speculative threads, something far more serious was quietly unfolding legal motion. Sources close to the situation claim that attorneys representing Kaela Tucker have begun preparing formal documentation. Not social media statements. Not vague interviews. Actual filings. Allegations reportedly including harassment, coercion, and intimidation. If true, that changes everything. Because once accusations move from Instagram to the courtroom, they stop being viral content and start becoming legal history. Insiders say preliminary consultations have already taken place. Legal experts online are debating what potential charges could look like if threats were proven. Some are pointing toward witness intimidation statutes. Others are questioning whether emotional coercion, if documented, could form the basis of a broader harassment claim. And then came the rumor that sent shockwaves through fan communities. A possible protective order. Unconfirmed, unverified, but heavily discussed. If Kaela is indeed seeking formal legal protection, that signals one thing: escalation. It means this isn't just about clearing her conscience anymore. It's about safety. Meanwhile, Todd Tucker remains publicly silent. No press release. No denial. No legal rebuttal. And in Crisis Management 101, silence can mean many things: strategy, consultation, containment, or panic. Financial analysts, yes, even they are weighing in, are speculating about the impact on business partnerships and brand associations connected to the Tucker name. Sponsorships don't wait for verdicts. Networks don't gamble on prolonged scandal. The court of public opinion moves faster than any judge. Even Candy Burris is reportedly under pressure from fans demanding clarity. Comment sections on unrelated posts have become interrogation rooms. Did you know? When did you know? Are you protecting him? No response. And that silence is stretching thin. But perhaps the most chilling development isn't legal or financial. It's psychological. Because Kaela's final public words before stepping back were these: "I was afraid for my life. I'm not afraid anymore." That shift from fear to defiance is what transforms this from scandal into confrontation. If she truly possesses messages, recordings, or documentation as hinted by insiders, then the next revelation could be evidence, not emotion. And if evidence surfaces, the narrative collapses entirely. The Bravo-adjacent universe could face scrutiny. Past interactions will be re-examined. Old footage revisited. Former associates questioned. Every person who stayed silent may be forced to explain why. And here's the uncomfortable truth no one wants to say out loud. If even a fraction of these allegations are substantiated, this isn't damage control. This is implosion. Right now, we are in the eye of the storm. The trending phase. The speculative phase. The refresh your feed every 5 minutes phase. But storms move. And when they make landfall, they don't just trend. They destroy. So the real question isn't whether the story is shocking. It's whether we've only seen the surface. Because if legal filings go public, if evidence becomes undeniable, if silence finally breaks on all sides, the next chapter won't be viral. It will be historic. So now I have to ask you, what do you believe? Is Kaela risking everything to tell a painful truth? Or are we watching the most explosive family implosion reality culture has ever seen? Because one thing is clear, this story is not slowing down. If legal filings drop, if evidence surfaces, if Todd finally speaks, the internet is going to erupt all over again. And let's be honest, in the age of screenshots, receipts, and digital footprints, secrets don't stay buried. They resurface. They trend. They demand answers. So I want you in the comments right now. Do you think Todd will break his silence? Will this turn into a full courtroom battle? Is there more evidence waiting to be revealed? And what happens to the Tucker name if even part of this is proven true? Drop your theories. I read everything. And trust me, some of you connect dots faster than investigators. If you made it this far, hit that like button so this story reaches more people. Subscribe and turn on notifications because the moment something new drops, filings, statements, leaks, we are covering it immediately. No filters. No sugarcoating. Just the unfolding storm. This isn't just drama anymore. It's a reckoning. And the next update? It could change everything.